Hi Zion Nation, how y'all doing today? Today's Wednesday, December 27th, and it's cold here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's not even January yet, and it's cold and it's windy. It's not just cold, but it's wind as well. But it's only December. We still have a couple months to go through for the winter season. So I would like to ask y'all, how was your Christmas? Now it's Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa to everyone that celebrates Kwanzaa out there. And I won't be speaking to y'all until after the New Year. Happy New Year to everyone that follows our nation. Thank you so much for the support and love throughout the years since I've been doing the blog. And continue to like, share, and make a comment on my videos. So thank y'all very much. Happy New Year. Have a happy and safe and productive New Year. And I will talk to y'all next Wednesday. But today I'm going to be talking about a sensitive topic on my heart, which is bullying and my island experience. For those who don't know, I am a member of the LGBTQ community as well. I am bisexual, as well as I'm a person with a disability. So bullying is something that is very near and dear to my heart, as well as my sexuality. I was bullied a lot in elementary and high school. I have so many different bullying incidents. I'm not going to go to every one, but there was one that particularly stands out to me when I was in elementary school. This young man, he would make threats to me, talking about he was going to get his cousin who was in a wheelchair to beat me up, and I'm like, what? And he would just say this on a daily basis. I would go home and tell my parents, and I was like, okay, go and talk to them, but it's not going to make a difference. So I remember one day I'm just like, how can I just shut this person up? So I went into the kitchen, I stole a butcher knife. Parents didn't know, no one knew, my sister didn't know that I did this. So after school, he's threatening me again. Yeah, I'm going to get my cousin to beat you up, and who's in a wheelchair, she's going to beat you up. So I pulled out my knife. I said, come and get it. And he was like, whoa. And he was like, took a step back, and my sister was like, oh my God, put that away, put that away. And some of the kids saw me, and they went back the next day and told one of the teachers. And one of the teachers approached me and said, did I have a butcher knife on school? And I denied it because I didn't want to get in trouble. So in hindsight, I'm looking at it as a preteen, like in the 7th or 8th grade. I really didn't have that maturity level to actually do something different. I just thank God no one was hurt. And I thank God that I wasn't suspended or expelled for elementary school, but it really hurt my feelings. In high school, I went through some bullying as well. I had a neighbor on my block. He's very, what do you say that? He's very interested or very not peculiar, but he was very intrigued. That's the word. He was very intrigued by my disability because as a person with a physical disability, as most people know, when you have disabilities, we have our own certain ways of doing things, like walking up the steps, opening things, any type of things that we do. We make up our own ways of doing things as long as it gets accomplished. So this neighbor of mine, he lived up the street from me, and we went to the same school. And I will open up my locker, and I would use my sister's locker most of the time and just put my stuff in her locker. And he was like, oh my God, Zarifa, look at the way you open up the locker. That's kind of cool. Instead of him, like, he would say it was cool, but he would kind of like mock me, and then other kids would laugh at me, and it would create a scene, and I would try to laugh it off because I didn't want to be the brunt of the joke. So in hindsight, it really hurt my feelings. So I really went through a lot of bullying when I was a child. It lasted up until high school. When I went to college, Millersville University, whoop, whoop, Mariah for life. The bullying stopped. It was more maturity level. Um, uh, Men and women saw past my disability, even though I had a motorized wheelchair while I was at Millersville University due to the spaciousness on the campus. The campus is very, it was a media science campus. It may have grown since then, but I needed a wheelchair to get around the campus to get to my classes. But yeah, so that's a little bit about my bullying experience. And as I got older, when I was in college, that's when I came out as a lesbian. While I was in college, I identified as a lesbian, and I remember coming out to four close friends at the time, Kia, Corinne, and Christina, aka Tina. And I remember coming out to them, and they was very supportive. And I remember one of my friends, Corinne, had told me that someone came up to her. Oh, well, everyone confronted them, all of my girlfriends on campus, and it was like, oh my God, did you know she was a lesbian? Oh my God, look at her Black Panther page. That was something very popular back in the day. And my girls was up there like, oh, well, she told us before she even came out online, so we're cool with it. We're not worried about it. So I remember Corinne was telling me that someone came up to her and said, oh, you know, she's a lesbian. Has she ever tried to hit on you? And Corinne was up there like, how disrespectful. Do not disrespect my friend like that. And she had my back. So I really appreciate you young ladies for having my back. Really just standing up for me while I was on campus. I really appreciate you guys. And y'all saw past my disability. Y'all saw past my sexuality. And y'all just love me for me. Now, after college, I've been through so many outing experiences. I don't know if it's to feel like, damn, I'm one hot bitch, or just really people just want to out me because they just know my sexuality. I've been outed by a best friend of mine. She's no longer a best friend. On two different occasions, I've been outed by friends. I'm like, wow. And I didn't do anything to these people. And the one thing I don't get, if you don't like me, you just don't like me. But don't use my sexuality to attack me. And I think that people use it as an attack. And it's really hurtful because I'm a very nice person. But on top of that, I don't want you. Just because I identify as a lesbian, and right now I identify as bisexual, doesn't mean I want every man and woman I see. That's totally not the case. Believe me, I have no problem in telling you if I like you or not. I have no problem with telling you that. I clearly can talk for myself. I can say if I like you or not. And one thing about me, I don't have no desire to sleep with none of my friends, men or women. No, thank you. I'm not interested. So I'm just like, the last experience is more about this person being insecurity in his own manhood, and it had nothing to do with me. But I think the most hurtful thing is that my best friend at the time really didn't have my back, and she really didn't stand up for me, and it was really kind of shitty. And you start to look at people for who they are, and it makes me upset because I was really a really good friend, and anyone that knew me and her, everyone knew I had her back to the fullest. But when it came to this person, it was more like, oh, she believed everything that he said. And the interesting thing about it, I actually hooked my best friend up with this guy. And I never knew this was going to backfire in my face. But you live and you learn. And you keep it moving. But at this time, I'm not in a relationship. I am single. And it's kind of hard for me to open up when it comes to my sexuality. I'm very open about my disability. When I'm online dating, I'm very open about my disability. And I try to be transparent about my disability because my disability is so rare and it's so unique. And it's not very common in society. So, and I'm very independent. So it gets very complex to try to explain to people what is my disability. But then when people look at what I can do for myself, my disability becomes like something that's a part of me, but it's not all of me. But my sexuality to this day, I don't really self-disclose that until I'm really seriously committed into talking to this person, because I just have so many times that people have used my sexuality as an attack. At one point in time, I was very open about my sexuality. I was very proud to identify, but now I'm just like, I'm a little bit more reserved, even when it comes to just meeting people, just getting to know people. I try not to even talk to people about my sexuality until I feel as though I'm more comfortable with their person. And it's a shame that I have to be like this, but I'm just a very guarded person when it comes to that. Now, when it comes to my sexuality with my family members, a lot of them know my lifestyle, but again, I don't share with them about who I'm dating or nothing, because I don't want to be judged. And to be honest with you, I really don't know who to trust, and I have a lot of trust issues when it comes to the whole sexuality experience. So hopefully this will help you, and which this has helped me to release some of my fears and some of my insecurity. Excuse me, some of my insecurities. And hopefully this will help you. And you know, just like everyone else, I'm human. But I would love to dedicate this one last thing. I would like to dedicate this video to my young sisters and brothers, everyone who was bullied this past year, and the young sister and brother Ashanti Davis and Gabrielle Tay. I would like to dedicate this video to you both for the tragedies that y'all went through in committing suicide due to bullying. It's definitely a real thing. It's definitely something that needs to be talked about, needs to be addressed, and the conversation still needs to go on. So hopefully this video will help you like it's helped me. But thank y'all so much for joining me today on this Wednesday, cold December 27th, 2017, the last vlog of the year. I will speak to y'all next year in January. And like I always say, expect the unexpected. Thank y'all so much. Happy New Year. Bye. Mwah.